Hey everyone, Senraikai here. Today I'm going to be watching the third episode of 16-Bit Sensation Another Layer. Now, so far, the first two episodes of this show has really impressed me with what we're getting here. Obviously, episode 1 really blew me away with just the sheer amount of visual novel references and things of that nature. You know, what a based protagonist we have, you know. But then episode 2 comes along and we really get to see her kind of, yeah, joining up with this other game company, old school game company, doing her best, even though a lot of the technology she uses and, you know, software, like it's not here. So she comes across as this complete noob, even though she does have some experience, right? But she's still doing her best, getting through it and having a good time because she's actually doing what she wants to do, not, you know, like work on the cute girls and all that. But you know, there's definitely the one guy that's definitely not you know, he's, I don't want to call him an antagonist, but like, you know, he's not very supportive of her. He doesn't really believe in her. Definitely does not believe the time travel stuff, although I'm not sure anyone really does. But, you know, at least some of the other people aren't like rude about it, right? I guess that's kind of the overall takeaway of it. But speaking of time travel, like I thought I had a pretty good understanding of how things would go forward. Like she would just be stuck here, you know, at least for most of the show. Maybe at the end of the show, she finally goes back and you know she takes her newfound knowledge and experience and all that, and like makes a maybe starts her own like indie company or whatever. Like you know, in the current time, like gets her own thing established, right? So get some like-minded individuals to help join her, get like a circle going, make some great stuff. Like that's kind of how I was imagining the show, but they kind of threw that idea on its head because near the end of episode 2, just wakes up current time, you know, like she never left, right? So that opened up so many doors of possibilities of how the show's going to go going forward, and I'm really curious to see exactly what they end up doing. So yeah, let's go find out. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please click the like button and head over to the Patreon if you want access to the picture-in-picture version. And why are things not working the way they're supposed to? 1 second. Okay, I should be good now. Something was not how it was supposed to be. So yeah, we can just jump in now. Now that that's all taken care of. So let us begin. In 3, 2, 1, play. Someone's enjoying themselves, living the uh, living the good life in a it's just swimsuit and glasses and a hat and a hat. That voice though. What am I looking at? Like I have several questions. Uh, like it was like she was surrounded by some big digital field. Like the show takes place in 2023, right? Like because that's like getting into sci-fi territory, if that's what it looked like. Uh, maybe that was just in-universe game somebody was making. I'm not quite sure, but I want more context on what I just saw. Like we haven't even really had any dialogue yet. Because none of the shows takes place in 2023 and no further because the Ubisoft games only had the newest one was one that came out this year, so you know it's not future. That room. Never get tired of looking at that room. Curry House Bongo. That's good to hear. So she looks like she's back to the old grind. It's a fair question. Like, how do I go back? I need to go back to the past. That's gotta suck, man. Like waking up from a wonderful dream back to your crappy reality. But that's relatable. That is, the disappointment is real and my day is ruined. I feel for her. And batteries. Hope you brought batteries. I'm glad she's trying to be more prepared this time, though. Because I forgot to mention last time, but yeah, she can just make sure her tablet's charged before she goes. You know, this time. I forgot to mention it last time in the discussion. God damn those bad poster. Sunny with a chance of vacation. Banzai, 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 banzai. I don't blame her for thinking that, but I'm pretty sure it was real. I mean, that's something, but I'm sure you'll go back. Should at least bought some stock in some company. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's less than there was before. Apparently, she had a bad effect on things. What kind of place is this? Hey, GameCube controller back there. I think also some GameCubes. I actually really like the GameCube as a console. Has some great games for it. Like Wind Waker, Mario Sunshine, Luigi's Mansion. Most importantly, Paper Mario 1000 Year Door. There's some great games for that system. 18-bit sensation. That port still not fixed, really? Well, this is... just slam your head against the floor or something, like... Yeah, maybe that's a key to traveling. Don't lick my arrowgate. Okay, definitely don't steal it. I, I don't think I've ever seen a dog steal an arrowgate before. I mean, I understand wanting to lick it, but it's not yours. Her voice acting is just a miracle of the universe. I could listen to it all day. Here we go. Because I'm pretty sure we see that in the opening, right? The opening up the lights, so let's go. And we have our stuff now, right? Okay, I don't think this is where we landed last time. Oh. Okay. Well, that is... that's awkward. Okay, so a little bit further ahead. Okay, see, I was probably actually old enough to remember that time. Because I was either 6 or 7, depends on what part of the year it is. So they should still be around, yeah. Oh. What? Why did that happen? Oh, come on, dude. We just got here. Don't throw stuff at us. It's our chance to save things. Do you recognize me? Do you remember me? You remember me, right? That wasn't an answer. They should remember me. They won't ignore me. Please tell me you remember me. Thank you. It's only been like a day for you. It's been like 4 years for them. It's a long story. Mamoru ignored me. It's been a long time for you. I guess from their perspective, yeah, she just vanished. I want my money with interest. that'd be that'd be pretty bad. 1996 confirmation, July. So I was 6, yeah, or I was 5 actually. Now that I think about it, I'm terrible at math. Please don't send me back to the current present. I guess it is a little bit unreliable to do that. I promise I won't disappear for 4 years this time. Okay, a week. Don't be that way. Do you not see how cute she is? How could you be that way? Are you a bit more modern now? Windows. Well, we're getting crazy now. But that's good, because they talk about how DOS isn't used anymore, so they don't keep their games anymore, so yeah, we can. I should hope so. As do I. They couldn't fathom such a operating system. I know all about Windows. It should work now, right? Please tell me it works. There's no way it's still not charged, right? There's no way she'd forget to charge it. There's just no way. There's no way she'd forget to charge it, right? There's just no way. God damn it, Konoha. You know what? That's a fair point. God damn it. One of these days, this goddamn tablet's gonna work and you're gonna have your mind blown. Detective. Important job. I mean, I got that from her initial description, but... Okay, seriously, dude. Windows is the way of the future for game development. You can't just not use it. I just think the programmer is kind of important. I don't think you even had Unity and stuff like that back then. So... now I kind of want to look up when Unity was made. I don't even know what came first, whether it was Unity or Unreal, but things to look up later. Yeah, you can't say no to that. You just can't. It's because it's been a week. The sound she makes just gives me life. True Asia. Again, if I grew up in Japan, maybe some of this stuff would sound more familiar. Yeah, they're calling that because you gotta drink to get through your day. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And it's our chance to save it. We will be the one that Mamoru's the company. Ooh, Kizuato and... yeah. Welcome, we've been waiting for you. But yeah, if you go back in the past, it's actually a chance for you to get like a new copy of an old school game, retro game. Because that would be pretty cool to do. Because you get a sealed box copy of something for much cheaper. And you can sell it for a bank in the future. Like, could you imagine buying a bunch of Zelda, Ocarina of Time games, sealed copies, and sell them in the future? Oh, I think I saw her in the opening. I think. Is she also a time traveler? Maybe. Oh, girl, I have bought so many of them. I have just made use of countless eroge. Why, is she a little bit embarrassed to do it herself? I mean, that's understandable. Like, I never bought an 18 plus thing in like physical real life, like in my life. So I imagine it would be a little bit more difficult than ordering things online. I just, fell in love with your confidence and figure you could do better than I could. That could be it. Okay. We're all good. Could you imagine just asking a random person to buy your eroge because you're under 18? Those do not exist yet. But yes, I actually am familiar with both those websites. Well, obviously Amazon, but even Get You. Man, Konoha is such a nice girl. She has a mission she's doing, but more than willing to accept a side quest. Yamada Toya. Toya and Konoha. Well, some of them there are. I mean, Sayano Uta is a little bit scary if you haven't read it. Oh my god, cute girls in the shop. But yeah, they're going to have a much limited selection here than they do in the future. The background's a little bit too blurry. I can't really make out any of the titles. It is some good stuff, isn't it? Yeah, Dokyusei too. Yeah, SLG. Congrats, we completed the mission. Nifty. Remember back when forums were a thing? Before websites all just, made pages on the mainstream social media websites. Well, I guess modern version of forums are more or less just Discord servers, but not really, because it's all, under the Discord umbrella. So they're still a very different thing. But at least Discord gives you a lot of control over who comes in and who doesn't, as opposed to like a, Twitter profile. But anyway, getting back on track. Yeah, 4 years can do that to you. Yeah, no longer underage. Which tells me we're probably not going to do any more time jumps ahead if we're now at the same age. Those are his true friends. The only ones who understand him. She's so damn cute. You're not gonna... You know that's not true. There's no way you could possibly forget a girl like this. That shows up one day, claims to be a time traveler, leaves a little bit later, comes back 4 years later. But yeah, I was actually about to say you might feel a little bit betrayed when she, talked all that stuff and then just left for so long. So she probably hurt his feelings. Poor Mamoru-kun, he's a sensitive boy. Because that would explain why her presence here made things worse. If that did some emotional damage to him, their one programmer. And that combined with, Windows. I don't think I've ever actually bought a PC at like a physical PC shop. My current one I bought on Amazon. Very. Because you love me. Because I'm cute. Because I'm the main character. I got lots of reasons. Apparently it does. I'll give you a lecture, girl, on the glory of PC98. Then. I'll get right on that. Those are the things you pop out to stick a graphics card in. That's a... One of those is a VGA ports. One of those is HDMI, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Conversation. I talking about memory in kilobytes, dude. I die inside a little bit. I feel like it's not. Like, I haven't done a lot of programming in my life, but I did toy with the idea of learning C++ many a year ago, like over a decade ago. And I did not have to talk to the computer to do it. I think you should try to be a little bit more flexible. Like, accept the future, man. And PC98 is not it. Okay. Trying to butter him up. Yeah, they have no passion. They have no enthusiasm. Can you believe there was a time where computers didn't have RGB lights everywhere? That's why you're under arrest. I kind of missed my chance to say something, but I do love her outfit. Yes. Well, we already did see a little bit of that, yeah, change in history. Like, it's like a legit time travel story. Like, it's not just a surface level plot device to make the plot happen. Like, it's actually just kind of relevant, Should have brought your hand, because it's not already over. It's already over. God damn it! It just started. Didn't even get to make any games yet. Didn't even get to do any work for the company aside from being the detective, the officer. She didn't even arrest the one guy she was told to arrest. He just walked away. Oh god, that shot is still so good. It's like, because it's not super deep into the cleavage, but it has the rest of the swimsuit to keep it there in place. It's so much, a lot of thought went into that. It's so good. Man, if the floppy disk was there, it would not be floppy anymore. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna. Can I go back to the first shot again? I want to look at that again because that did not. I don't think we expanded on that at all. So probably gonna do that before I really get the discussion period started. And again, the floppy disk is like barely in the mouth. Like, I'm surprised she can support its weight with such a small amount of it. Like, because it's not even deep enough in her mouth to really be hitting teeth, I don't think. So, like, there's no way you can hold it up like that with just your lips. Indayo. It's fine. Okay. Okay. That's layer 4. So yeah, that was the third episode of 16-bit Sensation, Another Layer. So yeah, like I said, I want to go back to that first scene real quick. Because we have something. Like, I mean, for one thing, there's a bit of a, filter, like an old school filter over the screen as we see this girl in a, I don't think you call it a school swimsuit. It's a little bit different, but same idea, like a one-piece kind of swimsuit. Even has a like a mascot character kind of design on it. Very flat-chested character. Green hair, like, because we don't know her, do we? I'm pretty sure we don't know her. Because she's got that green hair, the hats, showcasing those armpits, like, anyone out there with an armpit fetish is definitely going to get something out of that shot, I can tell you that. But, and then she, sticks out her finger, touching something, like it almost had a ripple effect, like you were touching water, but it's clearly digital. Bit of a head nod, a bit of a cute giggle. We see a bit more of her area, like, I don't think we even see a pool. Like, she's laying like there's a pool next to her. Is there actually a pool? We don't really see much of it, because, it just zooms out to see the big, like, red... I don't even know how to describe that. Because it's... What is the best word to describe what I'm looking at there? That's basically a digital cube. Like, just... There's gotta be a better word for it. But... Because I assume it's supposed to take place in the past if it's having that kind of staticky filter over it. But that's some advanced tech, so... Because all we see in her area is just... She's on the chair, on the ground. Well, not the ground, but like, the floor. A radio and, like, a beverage on the table, right? But I don't see any pool in the shot, so... And, like, it's just, like, just in the city. You see the stairs, which I guess would allow you to get to the top of that red cube if you needed to for whatever reason, but I don't even know if it's solid enough to stand on it, like, because we saw her poke it, that's all we got out of that. I mean, in the shot we see, like, it's actually far, no. It's far enough away that she couldn't touch it, right? But she touches something, doesn't she? I'm a little bit confused. Yeah, because she touches something that's clearly roughly arm length away. Of course, it's blue. Whereas the cube around her is red. Maybe touching is what made it red? Because we did see the red ring go by it. Okay, yeah, now that I'm really dissecting the scene, because I clearly did not pay much attention to it the first time I watched it, but we actually see it go to red. Yeah, because I think my problem was I was looking at the girl instead of looking at the cube, which nobody should be surprised by that. But we actually do see it go from blue to red, but she's still not in range of it. Like, I guess there's just some control panel a bit that's closer to her. I don't know. I've been so confused about how this works, about how any of this works. Like, is she in some kind of simulation? Like, does she see things we don't? Are the glasses themselves like some kind of virtual reality kind of thing? Augmented reality where she sees a pool next to her that we don't see? Like, is she just living the good life in a full-on simulation around her that only she can see? Is that what I'm watching? Is what we see in the same shot we see her? Is that just like the top of it? And she is like yeah, the upper level of it. Yeah, because if that's the top of it that we see, then yeah, she would be inside of it. And yeah, maybe just the whole like holographic technology like that in that area, you can manipulate exactly what you see in some kind of sci-fi future, but that doesn't look like a sci-fi future otherwise. That's the point of confusion. But and the fact that that was the only shot of it we got in the whole episode, like, I don't know how to take this. I just don't know. Is it just inside one of the arrow gear that I've never read, so I don't know the context? Is that what it is? Because I don't know. I just don't know, but it's bugging me. I spent way too long talking about it, but it's so weird. Okay, I'm done. That was more than enough. Let's just talk about the actual episode now. But yeah, the episode itself, Konoha obviously not too happy to be back to her crappy real world current timeline job, but she also not quite sure how to get back to the good old days, right? And she also sees that there was clearly something going on to kind of change things. She even looked up the game that they made, probably on Getchu, but using her fancy modern mouse. And yeah, the game itself, Sunny with a Chance of Vacation, which is an interesting way to localize that. Because it's like what? Hare Tokidoki Vacation is the Japanese title, which just means like, how would you translate that? I mean, like the sunny vacation part definitely fits, but Tokidoki, because it means like sometimes is how you would translate that literally by itself. So I guess just trying to say it's sometimes sunny on the vacation. I don't know. I guess I can't really come up with a better, catchier title translation out of that, so I guess it's fine. But yeah, out of stock. Release date 1993. But yeah, clearly the company has not been doing well since she left. But nothing that a second visit from Konoha couldn't fix. The microwave is still broken. Some things will never change. Dog stole her arrow. Not cool, but luckily that was what got her to come back once again. So, and kind of landed in a bit of an awkward scenario in the pool and everything. We didn't get any dialogue from those swimmers that had their swimming session interrupted. But well, I guess we did. I guess they did answer her question, but you'd think they would ask her a few questions, like why is she just teleported out of nowhere to land in their pool while fully dressed? I would have some questions if a girl did that to me, but of course the most important question would be, can you stick around a bit longer? But she did run into Mamoru, who wanted nothing to do with her. At that first, I just thought it was Mamoru-kun being a jerk, like he always is. But after watching the episode, I have a bit more context in that he was avoiding her because he was hurt. Which I have a bit more empathy for the guy with that added context. I didn't know he cared enough to be hurt by such a thing. But she was given the job to go find her. But yeah, you definitely can't blame a company for not wanting to take you back when you worked for them for a little bit and then just left for 4 years. The high level of flakiness you could kind of attribute to that. But it's not her fault. We know it's not her fault, but it'd be very hard to explain that to anyone else, right? So that's kind of her conundrum. Poor Konoha. Just the struggle is real. But we are entering the age of Windows. I enjoyed it when she was like, I know all about Windows. And I bet she does, because, the last, 20 plus years, Windows has been the most mainstream operating system. Obviously, Mac is its own thing, but I don't want to be condescending, but Windows is the real operating system of the world. I know people like their Macs, and I know Apple has their own OS for it and all that, but Windows is the real operating system, with Linux also being there for more niche uses. Linux is cool. Definitely plenty of uses for it. Definitely a cool operating system. But Windows is what is used. That is what the world revolves around, as far as game development, which is most relevant to this for sure, right? If you want to play games on Macs or Linux, is much more hoops have to be jumped through if you want to play a lot of games. Right? So, for the most broad use of just general life stuff, you get Windows, right? So, it's very important to know how to use it. But I never really thought about it, but they're probably, yeah, when Windows first came out, there's probably some people really finding it, right? Like, that's got to be a really huge shift. Because in my lifetime, you know, the oldest operating system I ever used was Windows 2000. So I was never with the DOS era. That was before me. So I can't really fathom that kind of jump in things, right? It's just been incremental stuff, like going from Windows 2000 to Windows XP to Windows Vista to Windows 8 to Windows 10. That was my computer operating system related journey. But man, if you were just all about DOS, like, could you imagine just trying to jump to Windows from that? But you know, I do know that was a thing. Like because I've talked about the Rant series before. I'm pretty sure the original games for that were for the DOS and all that, and they made the transition to Windows. Even had Bill Gates as a character in some of their games, which was always kind of funny. But yeah, they're an old arrogant company that existed since like the late 80s or whatever. So that was a jump they had to make too, and I'm sure some other companies did as well. I'm sure most of them probably don't exist anymore, but Alisoft does. They're still making games, even though I didn't like their last game. The game before the last game I liked, Dona. So even though they finished up the Rant series, I am hoping that they come up with something that I really like in the future. Fingers crossed. But it's a bit of a tangent. We did have Konoha get to meet a new girl, which is nice. Hopefully she continues to be relevant. We're able to hook her up with some Aeroget. So we're pretty much besties for life now. Now, if only where I was hoping that would go. But obviously Konoha had stuff to do, so she couldn't just dilly-dally. But I was hoping, Toya, that was her name, right? I was hoping she would invite her back to her place so they could play the Aeroget together. I would have really enjoyed watching that if we had gotten that. Because we don't have nearly enough of that in anime, just a couple of characters playing Aeroget together. Because I remember, Ode Emo, My Little Sister Can't Be This Cute, I think is the English title of it. But yeah, obviously, Kirino, our main female character, she was really into Aeroget, specifically Little Sister Imoto Aeroget, our Riel, and trying to introduce her brother Kyosuke to that. So, that was the only, because when I try to think in my head about times where people just enjoy Aeroget together, like, I can't think of many in anime, not at all, but that's one that comes to mind, Kirino trying to introduce Kyosuke to the world of Aeroget, showing him this cool stuff to play, right, him getting kind of into it. So I would love to see more of that in anime in general, and this is a great anime to, like, have a chance to do that. So I would have loved to get that here. Maybe we'll get it later. Maybe when she has some downtime, she'll go over to her place and play some Aeroget together. Fingers crossed, that's just what I'm hoping for. But everything about their interaction was great and wholesome. I enjoyed all of it. So, I mean, because it's nice when you get to help somebody with their Aeroget-related woes. But I do wish that we could have seen more Aeroget in this timeline, because I think we only really saw maybe 2 or 3, like, actual titles. I guess I can't really show too many. I mean, I know we have a bunch in the background, but I can't really make out a lot of them. Like, I guess I could try, but I mean, I need glasses to begin with, but I'm pretty sure a lot of them are intentionally kind of, distorted. But, because, yeah, I can't really make, I mean, one of them is definitely, or at least I think it is, what's it called? Kimi Nozo? It's by Age, the company that made Muv-Luv. I think that one game is that, but I never played that one. I just have heard of it, because one of them looks like that. I don't know if it could be like, because I think that's an old game, so it could be, but yeah, most of them I can't really make out. I wish I could, but I'm pretty sure that's Kimi Nozo. It's got to be, because the girl on there almost looked like Maya from Muv-Luv, but I think it's just that one other girl. See, because I'm kind of. Yeah, like, I get, a lot of these are being repeated as she's walking by. But yeah, I can't really make out too much, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm just glad she was able to help her out. And the rest of the episode was pretty much just, yeah, trying to get through to Mamoru-kun, right? Our big computer enthusiast. But we did get a lot of good context on him and where he's at right now. Like I said, about how he felt about her leaving, how that affected him, how he feels about computers and game development, right? So there's definitely a lot we have to work through to get him back on board, right? So it's a work in progress, but Yeah, your 256 kilobyte of memory ought to be enough, right? I have pictures that are a lot more than 256 kilobytes of memory. But yeah, like I said, back then, memory was a fraction of what it is now. Back then, they couldn't imagine people using 64 gigabyte RAM computers with 10 terabytes of hard drive space. Like, people would look at you like you're insane back then if you mentioned that stuff. Like, because we're talking back then, sometimes you have to use multiple floppy disks for games that are too big. Like, it's crazy to think about how far we've come. But if anyone can get through to Mamoru, I think it's Konoha. So I have faith in her. How long has this recording been going on? Because I know I spent at least 10 minutes on that stupid first scene. 40 minutes, okay, that's not too bad. Usually if it gets to 45 minutes, that's when I start to panic a little bit. But yeah, this is definitely enough. I think we can end it off here. But a good episode. Like I said, I'm not sure we're gonna do any more jumps forward. Like, I don't think we're gonna go walk into the next episode and it's gonna be the year 2000. Like, I think we're gonna stick here. Because it's kind of metagaming in a little bit, but I think they would want to keep it where Mamoru is the same age as our main character. I feel like that makes the most sense, especially if they do want to try any romance thing, anything like that with him. I'm not saying you couldn't do it with him being a little older. I'm just saying narratively, usually they would have him be the same age. Because unless you're specifically trying to go for an age gap kind of story, usually you generally have characters roughly the same age with each other. But it's not a big deal either way. But that's just where my expectations are at. So yeah, thank you for watching and hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.